Little rusty. Little
Yeah,
rusty.
that's what I
Yeah.
was just saying that, we haven't done this in so long, and usually Ron had all this stuff set up for us.
Oh boy, need a real producer.
Exactly. We had one. Man, it's been a long time since we've done Decibel Geek Friday Night Live with myself, Aaron Camaro, and let me remember how to do this. Yeah, Chris Sinzak's here with us. And it's been a minute since we've done this, but we're really happy to bring it back. What was the last thing we did? The Rock and Ronathon?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was the last thing we did.
So, I mean, we ran the intro the way we always do, just like Rock and Ron is here with us. I sure wish he was. If you don't know, if you only know us from doing this Friday night live stream, a while back, I'm guessing everybody knows by now, we lost Rock and Ron Runyon. And, that was always a possibility. But Ron fought. He fought hard to the very end. He made it to Rock and Pod. He's the man, and our hearts are broken. But we promised Ron, he told us, even if you don't do it every week, you got to keep it alive. And we said, okay. Because at first he was like, you got to do it every week. And I was like, come on, Ron, we can't do it every week. He's like, okay, well, even if you don't do it every week, you better keep it alive. So here we are, Decibel Geek Friday Night Live.
Yep. Nice to be back. It's been, yeah. So when was the Rock and Ronathon? It was like 2 months ago now.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it was wild. And it was, it's a little hard to watch the intro because, obviously brings back memories of our friend and
good memories.
Yeah.
But it warms my heart to see that. I'm glad. It made me feel good when I watched it.
Yeah. But we're considering doing a new intro in the future, but we're not sure yet what we're going to do with that. And of course, my wife comes home right as we start and the dogs start barking. So
I was going to say the dogs are auditioning for the new producer spot.
Yeah, exactly.
You're hired.
Thanks, Cecil Music. I already got a good number of people already watching. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. Rock and roll, Decibel Geek Podcast, Friday Night Live. I'm glad you guys are joining us tonight. We're going to talk about rock and roll. We're going to we'll talk about the news. We got some show and tell. We'll do smash or trash. But we thought tonight was finally the night to come back and do something. So Chris and I, it's just going to be the two of us. Yeah. We're going to be hanging out with you. So it's not just the two of us. It's us and all of you with us. And we're going to have some fun tonight, man. And thank you to everybody that, has stuck with us and supported us and helped us get through the whole thing with Ron. Without you guys sending so much love to us, I mean, it made it so much easier because our hearts were totally broken. But just to know that so many people loved him just as much as we did, and loved us so much to reach out, and share the love with us. I mean, it means the world, and this is a little rock podcast we do. We've been doing it for about 10 years. Our anniversary is pretty much here and gone, maybe by now. This is the 10-year anniversary year anyway.
Yeah.
We should be celebrating, but we're too busy all the time. We want to come out with great new episodes, so we don't really got the time to really celebrate ourselves. So
yeah, and I
keep the train rolling.
Since it's been a while, my damn dog. All right, sorry for the dog barking, guys. But while we're mentioning, episodes, it's been a while since we've been able to promote the podcast on here. So I thought we'd go over a couple of the episodes we've done, in the past few weeks, in case you missed them, because I think we've been on a pretty good roll for the last few weeks.
I think so, yeah.
We've got we did an October version of New Noise a few weeks back. That was a fun one, where we went over Festival Chaos with Blue Ridge Rock Festival and several others, and talked about the Kiss Destroyer 45th box set. And
David Lee Roth announcing his retirement from rock.
Yeah, there's a lot of good talk in that one. This one was very popular, the producer switch. This is one of Aaron's best ideas for an episode, in my opinion.
I don't know. I've had a lot of good ones over the years, but I'd put that one right up there.
I put it up there because it was really cool, and we definitely have to do that one again. Then we talked to Munzie Ritchie, who has been pushing rock to radio for 30 plus years. He had some great stories.
Yeah, he was a cool dude, man. I really enjoyed talking to him.
And then 2 weeks ago, we brought back the Radio Sucks radio show and had some great bands on that. I was very proud of our song choices on that, and the bands
Radio
were appreciative.
Sucks, back from the grave.
Yeah. And then the newest episode, the best and worst of 1980s Judas Priest, with our guest Mark Striegel.
And I love Mark Striegel. He is such a cool dude, man. And we had such a good time talking about 80s Priest. And, in my work, in my job, there's like a handful of people that'll come up and be like, "Oh, how's your show doing?" The people I work with are fascinated by me, I think, because of Decibel Geek. That guy is a, successful podcast host. They only know what I tell them. And people come up, and I was talking to my main man, Rob, my electrician, and he says, "Hey, what'd you do on the show this last week?" And I told him, and man, he knew his stuff. I was so impressed. I got all new respect for him because he starts talking about, "Oh, well, what'd you go with on British Steel?" And I told him, that when we're breaking the law, because you just can't top it. And he's like, "Well, but that is a good hit. It's a good hit song. But I gotta think I go with the Rage." And I was like, "Dude, that was my number 2."
Yep.
And so I was like, man, how awesome, that so many people love that 80s Priest, and it was so impactful at the time that people still love to talk about it. So, and we love to talk about it. It was a great episode. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, and it's always gives us a chance to dive back into the catalog, and that's always fun to do. And we need to do another best and worst stuff show soon. I just got to decide, what do you guys want? What artists should we do a best and worst of?
What ones have we done already? A bunch, right?
Well, the first one we did was Kiss. We did a best and worst of Kiss.
Of course, of course it was Kiss.
we did Motley Crue.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Judas Priest. I know we've done more than that, haven't we?
Have we done? We did a Ramones one, didn't we? Or was that one we always talked about doing?
Yeah, we've talked about doing it, but
best and worst of the Ramones in different eras.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an Alice Cooper one too.
Yeah.
So, if you're on Facebook, this is a new thing with StreamYard. I guess you have to like go in and allow it to show your comments. Otherwise, we're just gonna know you as Facebook user.
Yeah. Just us tonight and all our Facebook using friends.
You mentioned an older dude you'd borrowed a cassette from. Who was it?
It wasn't an older dude. He was in the same grade as me. His name was Brad Barrett, and we were in communications technology class together. And matter of fact, when we had that course in high school, they actually had one of the assignments was to do like a radio show, and we had to record it and everything. And I did it with Brad Barrett. And even back then, people were like, "You are so good at that," And so then that's kind of really where it all started for me.
Okay. I wonder if this person knows you, why they would be asking who the person
Shout out to Brad Barrett. I don't know. All we can see is Facebook user.
Yeah. So thank you, Facebook user.
Yeah. I wish I knew who you were.
Yeah, we've already gotten votes for Faith No More, Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Cheap Trick, Aerosmith. Oh, here's maybe another Camaro cutout bin in the future.
Could be. I've been finding some weird, cool stuff lately.
Oh, this person said, "Cool, he lived across the street from me." I wonder if this is Cal.
Somebody from Merrill, Wisconsin.
It's Cal Hens.
It's Cal.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that Brad Barrett was a cool dude. I liked him. Turned me on to Priest for the first time. I can always remember him giving me the cassette, but I can never remember because we'd always trade,
Right. Yeah. I remember tape trading was a very big deal back in those days. All right. Mm-hmm. You really agonized over what you wanted to trade and what you were going to get in return.
I always remember me and my buddy Jason. He was my rock and roll friend from the very beginning. Jason Hummerding is his name. And it'd be one of those things like neither one of us were young, so we ain't got a lot of money, but Ace Frehley and Kiss are coming out with an album at like the same time, and we got to figure out between the two of us who's going to buy which one and then borrow, back and forth. And I don't remember how we did it, but I got stuck with Kiss, and I was mad. He got Trouble Walking.
That's cool.
And then we had to trade off and check it out. And I was like, man, I got ripped.
Smashing
I
Pumpkins.
go get it anyway.
We haven't done much on them.
That would be a good one to do, because with Smashing Pumpkins, they got some really, really, really good songs, but they also got some really artsy, fartsy, weird, shitty stuff too. So it'd be pretty good to pick best and worst from them.
Yeah. Talking about tape trading, I remember agonizing over a trade, and it was with this guy he was a jock, and it was one of those things where, you know, he wasn't really a metalhead for whatever, but he would come up with tapes and stuff, and he wanted to get into Iron Maiden, and I've never been a giant Iron Maiden fan, but I bought Somewhere in Time when it was relatively new, but I was really getting into Dokken because I had a friend who was playing some Dokken stuff for me, and I traded Somewhere in Time for Tooth and Nail. I still remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wore Tooth and Nail out.
That's a gamble.
Constantly. Oh, I'll take Tooth and Nail over Somewhere in Time, but I do like Somewhere in Time.
That's pretty close. They're both awesome. That's for sure.
Is it Somewhere in Time that has Wasted Years on it? It is, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. And like, I know that's probably one of the less maiden-y sounding Iron Maiden songs. I think that's one of the best hard rock songs ever written. I love that song.
Yeah.
And the message it has and everything. It's a great song.
That album really doesn't get its due anymore. I remember it was just so huge when it came out. You know, it was when it was new, everybody was so excited about it. But over the years, when people talk about Maiden, you know, usually that one doesn't get brought up as much.
Yeah. Decibel Geek mixtapes. We could do playlists on Spotify and call it Decibel Geek mixtapes.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun. Oh, something. Well, why don't I bring up something to Aaron on the air that I haven't even talked to him about yet?
Oh boy.
It just reminded me of something.
Is it Bible talk?
No, we'll get into that. Oh, I should have taken the screenshot of that. I should have put that up here.
I was thinking about introducing the show and be like, hey, welcome to Friday Night Bible Talk. Your personal corporate sellouts of rock and roll podcasting.
Yeah, we're corporate sellouts after all. So our buddies Rich and Wally, that run the CGCM radio station that they have, you know, they're able to play licensed music and everything, so they can do full on shows. And they want Decibel Geek involved in some form or fashion, where it could even be a case of you give them the episode and they play it on the station, and like I would give them cue breaks and stuff. And I'd like to do something with Rich and Wally again, just because it was so much fun working with them in the past. But
sure, yeah, love those guys.
I'm supposed to talk to Pantheon next week because they want to talk about the convention that shall not be named for next year. But I'm going to bring it up to them because I got to make sure that we're still in good standing with them if we do anything with Rich and Wally, because I don't know.
Huh? Why? Oh,
well, because we're on the network, so I didn't know.
Gotcha.
Playing our episodes.
Well, then they should give us our own radio shows.
Well, Rich offered to do it, but I was just like, do we want to add more to our plate?
That's the problem. It sounds like a fun thing to do, and I'd love to do it. I'd love to we could each bring back our own and play whatever the hell we wanted. We could have back-to-back episodes or whatever, but that's just one more thing, you know?
I know.
I'm gonna have to quit my job here pretty soon just to do all this stuff.
Yeah, if only
I wish I could.
But yeah, I'd like to do. I mean, it just, you know, when we enjoy doing Radio Sucks and bringing some bands that we could get away with playing, and we'll keep doing that. But I don't know, it might be kind of fun to do something with them. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. I don't know. Would you guys listen to that if CGCM streams some stuff from us? You know, it'd be cool to know if you guys are interested in something like that.
So something like that's kind of like this, where if you want to listen to it or see it, you got to be there on the spot to do it, right? You can't just
straight. It'll stream on a schedule. So, but maybe the Spotify playlist idea is not bad. I mean, maybe we could do something like that. Tracy Jackson says we should ask Ken Mary for an interview. I think she represents Ken Mary.
Yeah.
He actually came up in our Michael Wagner interview. We were talking about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind talking to Ken about his Alice Cooper days in particular. I'd be interested to interview him. So sure.
Shoot, yeah.
We would definitely listen to that. Thanks, Adam.
That's cool. Maybe we think about doing something like that. Maybe, like this once every 2 months.
Oh yeah, somebody brought up the weed bug. Is there
Oh,
been
the
an
weed bug.
update
That
on
was
that?
crazy. He just disappeared. But you know what? A little while later, like maybe a week later, I saw another one, but he was way smaller. So the original one I saw, he'd been working for a while. That thing was crazy looking. It was crawling on me. And I was like, what is this? It looked like a piece of dirt or a piece of fuzz, and I picked it off and I'm looking at it and it don't feel like nothing that I've ever felt before. And then it's got legs underneath it. And like, what the hell is this? Yeah, it was I forget what they called it. Kristen figured it out. Mighty K.
I think it was a rare Cheech beetle.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Now Brandon Fields interview Bible talk. So we should go into this. So I don't have the screenshot to put up yet, but it's basically somebody on our Vinnie Vincent fuck this guy video. But of course Ron had to title it that way.
Yeah.
Which probably
it was a
worked to
quote.
get way more views. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still get people going, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
So this person on YouTube calling themselves Bible Talk said basically Decibel Geek TV is a corporate sellout, and I didn't even watch the video, but I gave it a thumbs down.
That's my favorite part.
So
I didn't even watch the video and I
Yeah.
gave it a thumbs down.
Yeah, thanks a lot. But I posted
Bible
it on
talk.
Facebook. I was like, we finally made it. We're corporate sellouts. Yay.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know.
Where's my money?
I'm sorry you didn't like the video, Vinny. What was it? Somebody said so. We're still arguing about the bug in the.
No, it wasn't a stink bug. We got plenty of them here. No, I didn't try smoking it.
Oh, it's good to be back on Friday night.
Yeah.
Oh man, but no. So you want to do the show and tell real quick?
Sure.
Let me play the intro and then you go first because I gotta get up and get mine.
Okay.
And I'll take myself out for a second.
All right. So you guys know me. I'm a CD-ophile, if there is such a thing. I've got a massive collection of CDs. You guys used to see it sitting behind me in the old studio at the old house. And it never ends. I'm always on the hunt. And sometimes, like Lemmy said, the chase is better than the catch. But sometimes you find something you've been looking for a long time and it turns out to be really awesome. Or like in cases for Camaro's cutout bin, I see something that maybe looks cool and I think I'm going to give this a try. And it may end up being something like that band 2-Bit Thief that time. Man, that whole album's killer. And I've been always searching for more of their stuff. But you know me, I want to own it on CD. So here's some of the things that I found recently at a really good price in my CD hunts. Check this out. No, that's not. There we go.
Oh,
Supertramp, Crime of the Century. They had, must have been the whole Supertramp collection there. And I was like, well, I'll try one of them. And I already got the one that's Breakfast in America. And that's a pretty good album. But I wanted to try this one because I thought there were songs on here I'd heard of before. And the song that's famous off of this one is Dreamer. You know that one. Everybody knows that one, right?
Yep.
But the rest of the album's pretty good too. There's some decent stuff on there. Supertramp's not a bad band. And then I found this punk rock classic, Black Flag.
Oh, nice.
Slip it in. Pretty cool, man. I dig this stuff, man. I like the old punk rock and I like Black Flag. I've been checking out more Henry Rollins stuff lately. I've been checking out some of his solo music. Some of it's very metal and very cool, And again, this would be a great band to do best and worst of because it really travels the spectrum between really kick-ass, awesome music and really strange stuff I don't even want to listen to. I don't understand.
Right.
Here's one. I paid a little bit more for this one because you don't see these very often.
Oh, Uncle Acid.
This band I got turned on by the one and only Ian Wadley. And when I saw this, I was like, shit, yeah, I don't have that one. And I don't know nothing about it. It kind of, when you're hunting for music like that, it reminds me of like being a kid. Like when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet and I really didn't have access to rock magazines and stuff yet. So I didn't have all the information. So you like go to the music store and run straight to the K's, and start flipping through to see. And sometimes you would find, like, I remember when I found Dynasty, I never knew it existed. I didn't know nothing about it. It was just a Kiss album that I'd never heard before, and I was so excited. And I think that's kind of why I do these CD hunts all the time, because it gives me those same kind of feelings as when I was a kid. Uncle Ass and the Deadbeats, thumbs up, good stuff. What do you know about Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush?
Not enough. I know I have friends that rave about it, but I've never really listened to him.
That's why I got this, because it's called Dragonfly, the best of Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. And you know what? I've never listened to this band before. I always kind of heard about them, but I don't know. I don't know why I never gave them a chance or really went out of my way to check it out. But you know what? There's some cool stuff on here, man. I might want to check out more of that.
I heard he's amazing an amazing guitar player, but I haven't really listened to him.
All right, this one's something else. You ever heard of Rock a Bitch?
No.
This is something else, man. This is really kind of strange. The music, not that great. I mean, the music's okay. It's rock. It's heavy. It's kind of punkish. But when I started looking for information on the band, it's like, well, who is this? I've never heard of them before. Where are they from? And it's some kind of art thing where the women up on stage are naked while they're playing the music. And so I'm looking at the website and I'm like, is this for real? And it is. And there's a whole crazy story. They're like hypersexualized, and they take it to the max. Music.
Rock Bitch.
It's all right.
Gotcha.
Shows are probably kick ass.
Yeah, definitely sound like they'd be great to see live.
I mean, they're stage diving into the crowd naked. That's insane. That's insane. This one, talking about Muncie Ricci, we talked to recently.
Yeah.
This was the Accept album he was talking about, Stalingrad.
Yeah.
This one came out a few years ago. It's pretty good. This is, the new style Accept. You say they're new style, but they've been around for a while in the kind of current incarnation.
Rock Bitch, Rock and Pod.
I'm telling you right now, they're going to need their own separate room, and you're going to have to hire somebody to check IDs on the way into said room.
Yeah, and I have to hire somebody to mop up after the show.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Stalingrad's killer album, man. So I got two left, and these were the ones I was really, really excited about. This one I've been looking for a long time. I was talking about my friend Jason Hummerding from back in the day. He had this on cassette tape, and I was so envious because it came out, he got it, and then you couldn't find it nowhere else anymore. I finally found it.
Oh, yeah, you were showing me this when we were over at Michael's.
Because I had it in the Camaro, and I was jamming it real loud. It's awesome. Jackal Staying Alive. It's an EP. It's got 5 new, at the time, new songs. Got a couple of covers on there and a couple of live tracks. So it's an EP, Staying Alive. This is the album that got me into Skynyrd. For real. Because they do a cover, Give Me Back My Bullets on it. And, I always listen to Skynyrd as like Freebird and Give Me 3 Steps and Freebird and Give Me 3 Steps. And
Sweet Home Alabama.
I was like, fuck Skynyrd. I don't like it because all you ever heard was those 2 songs over and over again. And then I heard Jackal doing that song. And I was like, what? That's a Skynyrd song? How can that be? So then, I love Turbo Negro. That's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah,
so then that made me go back and check out more Skynyrd. And now, because I took the time to check out the B-sides and the deeper cuts, I love Lynyrd Skynyrd, man. They got some great. They would be a great one to do best and worst with.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because they got the spectrum as well. And then finally, man, I was excited about this because I'd never seen it before. I'd never seen it anywhere. The very first White Lion.
That's a great record.
It is a great record. You know, I've never really hidden my feelings on White Lion. I wasn't into them when I was young. I thought they were kind of, I don't know. I dug Vito Bratta. I thought the guitar playing was awesome. I thought the music was pretty good, you know, and they always seemed like they were for the girls, you know, that they weren't for the dudes. You know, dudes shouldn't like White Lion. They're kind of for the ladies. And so I don't think I ever gave them really much of a chance. And then through this show years and years ago, kind of way back at the very beginning, I got stuck interviewing Mike Tramp by myself, and I'm not a White Lion fan. And like Chris is like, "Can you go do it?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but you know,
it was just my fancy way of getting you to become a fan. That's all.
It worked, man. Your plan totally worked because after talking to Mike Tramp, I got a new respect for him. Mm-hmm. And so that drove me to check out more White Lion and really give it a listen now that I'm a little bit older, because there's all kinds of stuff I like now that I wouldn't have liked back when I was a kid. And, you know, some of it I really like a lot. The first one, it's killer, man. It really rocks. Yeah. There's heavy stuff on there.
Yep.
That's the best White Lion right there. I'm hot take Camaro. I'm saying the first one, the debut album by White Lion, is their best album.
It's probably my favorite lead playing of Vito's on an album.
Rips on that.
He's all over the place on that one. Yeah.
Oh man, he just rips on the whole thing. So good.
Oh yeah, and Rock and Roll brought it. We got to ask in the chat. Yeah, I blocked the guy. Don't worry. We already got, and I'm not even going to say the username. It's about as bad as it gets. But yeah.
I didn't even see nothing.
I'll tell you when we get off the air.
Oh, okay.
I'm not giving them any publicity, but Jesus. All right.
Was it Bible Talk? Are they back?
No, way worse than that.
Oh, no.
Anyway. The White Line album was great, not poly. Yeah, that's true. It's way more raw production on that Fight to Survive. Yep.
Yeah, true.
Found the first one at Goodwill Grand Slam record. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So is that all yours?
Keep your eyes open at the Goodwills, people. You never know what you're going to find in those places. Yep. $2, maybe 99 cents.
So I didn't pick up music recently, but I picked up music magazines, and we have a Great Escape out here in Murfreesboro, which for the last few years hasn't been that great of a selection of stuff, but they've really stepped up their game over the past year. So, and like really brought in some cool, I like old printed material for stuff. And I found this is from September of 1976. If I can get my camera. It's a Circus magazine from 76. September.
Who's that on the cover?
That is Caroline Kennedy.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I don't even know who that is.
But it's got on the front, it says Kiss Part 4 Blood on the Wax, Gene Simmons Profiled. And it's got this
nice
article on Gene here. And so I got it for that. It's really, and it's in really good condition too. They're almost like brand new condition. Got some great pictures and a Gene quote at the top of the page. I guess I've always wanted to be God. Yeah.
Tell everybody what to do.
Yeah, which we won't get into Gene's comments this week. We talk music. We don't talk that shit. So yeah, I got that. I haven't read through that article, but then this one I found, and these were like $7 a piece, which is pretty damn good for them being in great shape from the 70s.
Yeah, from that old, yeah.
This is a hit parader from March of 1979. And that's Brad Delp and Tom Schultz from Boston on the cover. Okay. And I got that in Billy Joel.
You say 79?
Yep.
Yeah.
And this has some cool stuff in here. It's got a big article on Kiss, Supermarket Superheroes. On location with the Kiss legend. And I think the interview was conducted around the time they were making Phantom of the Park. Of course, it came out months later. But it's got some cool pictures in here. There's Ace. But this is actually a really good article and stuff. And, we could maybe use one of these to do a Rock Mag episode, if I scan in some of the parts of it.
Okay. Or maybe we could do something like that for Torpedo Dudes.
Yeah.
Where instead of doing the whole magazine, we just do the Kiss parts of it.
Yeah, but these are an
And
amazing.
skip the Carol Kennedy.
You don't want to talk about Caroline Kennedy?
I don't know who that is.
Wasn't she supposed to come back from the dead this week? Too? I'm not getting into it. Don't get into. Anyway, long story. Yeah. Apparently, people showed up in Dallas thinking that like Martin Luther King and John F. Kennedy and all these people were going to, and Jim Morrison were going to come back.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'd have showed up for Jim Morrison.
Yeah, but anyway.
And Jimi Hendrix and John Lennon. They're all going to start a band together.
Politics. Don't talk politics. All right. That's my show and tell for the day.
Don't do it. Okay. Well,
I don't want to
cool,
be.
Man.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be a ginger supremacist.
Let me see your nipples. What color are they?
I know. That's a totally inside joke. We're not going to expand on that either.
I gotta have fun sometimes.
Oh, Eric Luzier made it. So
Nice.
No hockey game tonight, apparently. All right. Some good one. Some are going for $50. Wow. Bunch of cassettes. I don't have any of my cassettes anymore.
No.
I got a couple of Joe Satriani cassettes at a garage sale last year. Okay. So make sure we catch up with everybody on the comments. Read Kerrang magazine and Metal Hammer. Yep. I like those.
Those were, I remember Kerrang was the one that you always wished you could get, but that was the UK magazine, right?
Yeah.
Kerrang? Yeah.
I think Metal Hammer was too.
I think so. I wish I had had it together when I was a kid to get subscriptions to those.
Yeah. Found the bed Red Sky Mary down the Spotify world. I'll have to check them out. That sounds familiar to me. Quiet Riot 2 Japanese import. Well, those are hard to come by.
That's back in the Randy Rhoads days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grayson has this
original tough cassette right on. That's awesome.
Very cool.
Okay, well, that makes sense then. We're from the United States. We had Hit Parader and Metal Edge and Circus and Rip.
Yeah. A few others, but Guitar World magazine with Randy Rhoads. That's cool.
Oh, nice.
So let's so we want to go over some news stories that are going on.
Sure. Yeah, as long as they're not political.
I had to really dig. Everything's about COVID or politics, and it's like, come on, people. Metal Edge Circus Hip. Yeah. Metal Edge is coming back digitally. I don't know. Did you see the news on that?
I saw something about it, but I don't know nothing about it.
I guess they're going to release.
I assumed it wasn't going to be. I wasn't going to see it on the Kroger shelves or nothing.
Well,
great.
Paul Gargano said that like maybe down the road, if it does well enough, they might do like some limited, magazines and stuff. But
do you have any subscriptions to magazines anymore?
No.
I got one.
Which one?
You're gonna laugh. Here's the latest issue of Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
I'm not surprised at all.
Nah. That was another one when I was a kid. I wish I had a subscription to it, but now that I'm adult, sometimes I indulge in childish things. But I like it. I still like reading. It's exciting to get it in the mail every once in a while, I never know when it's coming, and one day it's just there.
Yeah. Now did you buy a copy of the re-release of Music from the Elder this week?
No. Were there any unreleased songs on it that we never heard before?
No.
Well, then shit.
Just like a new fancy cover, and then they have a picture disc, and you can
get. You know what? I saw that they had the thing with all the different things, like the coffee cup with the hand on it and all this stupid shit. But you know what really made me excited about all that stuff? The Music from the Elder T-shirt. And I thought, man, I'm gonna get that T-shirt. I'm gonna do it 80s style, where I tuck it into my pants and wear a belt, so it looks like there's always a hand coming up out of my crotch, reaching for that brass ring.
That's pretty genius. I was real close. I know everybody knows I'm not a fan of the Elder, don't like it, but I was real close to buying the coffee cup just so I could post a picture of it on my desk and say this coffee tastes like shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, do I really want to spend $30 to make that joke? Not really. No. yeah, they do keep recycling, but I mean, at least they're doing something about the albums now. I mean, okay. Chris Guy goes, music, awesome album. I know I'm gonna go. You don't have to get no. Hey, like what you like. I just don't like it.
I'll always respect it. It's not my favorite Kiss album by no means. I mean, there's some of the worst songs Kiss ever wrote are on that album, Just a Boy. But it's got moments, and it's always special to me because it's that mysterious Kiss album. And I didn't understand it. I didn't know nothing about it. So it was so mysterious. It was like, I don't know. It was weird to sit and listen to it, but you had to listen to the whole thing,
Yeah. Now I don't like the album, but I think that era of the band is fascinating.
Sure.
And like Julie and Gil was nice enough to send me a copy of the book, and it's like a 600-page book on it, and I read every damn page of it.
I got it too
because it's fascinating.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be an album I like, but all the circumstances, and Paul and Gene did an interview this week about looking back on it, and they just trashed it like they always do. They are not proud of it at all.
It is a great Emerson, Lake and Palmer album. I'll give it that.
The Elder's going to be worth millions in a few years. That's your is that your cousin or
that's my mom?
That's your mom. Oh, okay.
That's my mom. Yeah,
I know she knows that story.
Yeah, I'm sure most people probably do. When I was a kid, the Elder was so rare that I thought it was going to be worth a ton of money. Like if I saved it and took care of it, it'd be worth a ton of money. Now you can go to a record store and find that thing for $30.
Mm-hmm.
But I had two different versions. I had the sleeve that had the paper sleeve with the lyrics on it, and I also had the LP version that had like the clear plastic sleeve with the printing on it. They were both pretty cool. Not worth shit today.
All right, Rock and Roll. I'm about to ban you for this comment. That's not cool, man.
I'll take the Elder over Crazy Nights.
At least Crazy Nights is an actual rock album. You'd rather take Fanfare and Just a Boy over I'll Fight Hell to Hold You? Come on.
Yes. Reason to Live. Yeah, sure. Definitely.
That's a good song. All right. Yeah, we should get. Oh, they did do another re-release thing for Rock and Roll Over the day after. Did you see that?
I did see that. I like the poster. The poster looked really cool.
I didn't buy the album or the picture disc was tempting, but I didn't do. I just like the old versions, the '70s versions, so I don't need to buy the new ones. But I did buy. They have a yellow T-shirt with the album cover on it. I did buy that.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, I got to buy that shirt. All right, so let's do some news, and let me remember how to do all this stuff. All right. First story. Joey Belladonna can't wait to begin working on new Anthrax album. And Blabbermouth continues to pick the best photos of people. Good Lord. What is going on there?
Man, I would think you'd take the time to go find a cool photo of him. Not just a photo of somebody snapping a picture of him on their phone while he's standing in front of a wall with gold records.
Well, it's like he
had a picture of him like up on stage in mid kick-ass,
Oh, he left his camera on when he got out of bed, and that's what you got. Jeez. All right.
Like, I don't mind you guys doing stories on me, but please let me send you a photo to use.
Yep.
Sleepy Joey.
He looks high.
That could be. Maybe that's what it was.
Oh, geez. All right. So, in a new interview with RA Nation, Joey Belladonna, so he's excited. Speaking of the big four, the whole lineup and that stuff is really nice to have a different type of band, a different sounds and vocals. Just the aura. I love that part. I'm trying to find the part where he's talking about the new record.
Show tunes, the whole thing. It's gonna rock.
I can't wait to do another one because it's just an adventure every song, and you never know what you're gonna get to. I don't know. Did you like For All Kings, the last one that came out?
In parts, it's nothing I'm been going back to. Yeah, I mean, at the time, I think when it first came out, I was into it for a little while, and then it just kind of faded a little bit. But I bought it when it was new. I was excited for it.
Yeah.
I still go back to that classic stuff, man, all the time.
I thought worship music was a lot better than For All Kings, personally. But I like some of the riffs. It's grown on me a little bit over the years, but I don't know. I still Love the John Bush era of the band. I wish they would do that again.
Well, in the meantime, you got Armored Saint. That's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, and I think they've got. Well, they have a live album coming out. I don't think know
Yeah,
if they have
that's
a
right.
studio one.
Yeah, I heard Victor Ruiz talking to John Bush about that.
Oh, Tracy, you don't think Joey looks sexy in that photo?
Oh no.
Come on, you wouldn't want to roll over and find that next to you.
We all get older. You can't help that.
It looks like a totem pole or something. It's like bizarre. All right, so that's that
It looks
story.
like he took the picture of him. So that's a selfie right there, isn't it? Like I could totally imagine his arms are out in front of himself. He's taking a picture of the gold. That I don't know. Find a good picture. That's all I'm saying.
Blabbermouth does.
It
this
used
all
to
the
drive
time.
me crazy when I was a kid. Talking about rock magazines used to drive me nuts. In the 80s, whenever Ace Frehley would be in a magazine, be it Metal Edge or Hit Parader, Rip, Circus, whatever, they would always find a picture of him in like mid guitar solo, making a scrunchy ass face, and he would look so wrinkly. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Like old wrinkly Ace Frehley in the 80s. Like he looks way better now than he did back then.
Well, yeah, I mean he's taking way better care of himself than he did back then.
But it would drive me nuts because there'd never be any good pictures of Ace Frehley. Nothing you could ever show a girl and be like, hey, what do you think of Ace Frehley? These are like, oh, he looks like a Shar-Pei poodle that's been drinking for 3 days straight. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
They always wanted Ace Frehley to look cool, but they never had good pictures of him.
Right. There's one particular Ace photo from, it's got to be like late 90s, early 2000s when he really relapsed bad. And his face looks like it's melting off of his skull. It's the worst photo of him I've ever seen.
Yeah, I hated those photos. You know what? In the 80s, the very best photo of Ace Frehley was the one where his hair's spiked up a little bit. He's got the pink sunglasses on, and he's doing this.
Yeah, I remember that picture.
Classic. Probably the best picture of Ace Frehley. He should have probably done that in all his photos in the 80s.
Oh, Baco has checked in.
Why do I keep dragging him? I just did it the one time.
I'm staying out of this one.
I'm just picking on you, Baco.
Insert
having a little fun at your Minnesota expense.
Insert loose cannon laugh track. All right. I don't know.
One of them.
I don't know what's going on. I just thought the one post was funny with Ginger Supremacist. I thought that was funny.
Funny.
Looks like he just turned on the front facing camera. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I have that picture, Aaron, in my 7th grade folder I made in art class.
Nice. You take the razor blade and cut the edge of the Trapper Keeper, pull the unicorn out, throw that shit away, and slide in that photo of Ace Frehley. It was on my Trapper Keeper too.
Jimmy James, love the Radio Sucks episode. I've been rocking Sons of Kong ever since. Nice. I was really impressed with that.
They're a great band.
Yeah. And a 3-piece too, right?
Yep.
Baco says, I know. I don't know what's going on. A Vikings fan. Ugh, fantastic. Uh-oh. Baco, I love gingers. So now Baco's going to get roasted now that he's
I ain't saying nothing. I married one, so.
I did too.
So did you. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Gentlemen prefer gingers. It's laminated has Delaney Amsad where Ace looks Asian.
Oh yeah, where he's leaned way back and he's got like a jumpsuit on.
It looks like pajamas.
Yeah.
My favorite
crazy looking guitar.
One of my favorite stories about Ace Frehley was I think it was in the Nothing to Lose book. I can't remember. It was one of the books. And when Ace joined the band, Ace had his eyes, did kind of look Asian, especially in his younger days. And part of the story is that like when they first hired him, they went to a restaurant or something, and Peter Criss kept telling Ace how much he loved Chinese food because Peter thought he was Asian.
That's the way to an Asian person's heart,
Yeah.
Let them know how much you love buffet style.
I like Ginger from the Wild. I like Ginger too.
I like Ginger from the Wild Hearts. Matter of fact,
Baco married a Ginger too.
Oh yeah, nice. There you go.
So he is a ginger supremacist.
What's the racial problem? Purity, right? Fucking Baco. Oh man, now you know it's true. Oh man, I found some. I had got them on the other stack over there. I found some. You fuckers are so funny. I
Now
love
you're
our
all now,
listeners.
now you're all scatterbrained.
Yeah, I love our listeners so much. You guys make me laugh so hard. Like 4 Wild Hearts CDs that I didn't know about.
Oh, really?
I'm looking forward to checking them out. I heard them on Wild Hearts Must Be Destroyed. I think that's the one with them on the motorcycles on the artwork on the cover.
Yep.
That's a killer album.
That's the one you gave me or you loaned me that I got me into the band.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
good stuff. And that got me into them too. And they've got, I mean, I don't know. He's got some solo stuff that's really good. Talking about Ginger Wildheart. And yeah, I bet. I've never seen them live, but I like that band a lot. Yeah, they're good stuff.
The Wild Hearts. Yep.
I dig it. I can dig it.
All right, so let's go to another story. And I wanted to talk about Rob Halford has talked about the new Judas Priest record. Better photo of Rob this time. So that's good.
Yeah, he actually looks like he posed for that one instead of taking it for himself.
Yeah.
That's the difference between Anthrax and Judas Priest. Priest has people.
Right. So he says they're recording the follow up to Firepower right now, and he says this next album will be just as full of separate character. Judas Priest is Painkiller, is British Steel, is Screaming for Vengeance, is Sin After Sin. Every album has its own legs and its own metal boots. He always says metal.
Metal.
We've always said,
I like that.
We're a heavy metal band. We don't let that confine us. We don't let heavy metal put us in a box. We think heavy metal's freedom, musical freedom. So when we played Bloodstock and 20,000 Metal Maniacs were singing I'm Your Turbo Lover, it's metal. And then 20 minutes later, 20,000 Metal Maniacs are going, he is the Painkiller, it's metal. From two different worlds, from the turbo world, from the Painkiller world, it's still heavy metal. And this, I feel, has been what sets Judas Priest in a place that no one else explores. That's why I feel when our Japanese fans hear that Judas Priest is making a new metal album, they know they're going to get something that they have never heard before. They're going to get the sounds, they're going to get the songs, they're going to get the compositions and the arrangements in a way that, again, is new, it's fresh. So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too. They found a winning combination there. They decided at some point, we've had such a long, stellar career. And there's people that love rock-a-rolla. There's people that love, Sin After Sin. There's people that love, turbo and even the new stuff, And so there's a little something in all that for everybody. So why not take and say, okay, for this song, let's make it sound like it came off a Painkiller. Mm-hmm. And for the next song, let's do something that would have fit on British Steel. And that's how Firepower was, And I love that album because I pretty much love all of Priest all the way through. Right. And so when they're doing that and they're hitting every era and purposefully trying to do something like that, we all win. I wish Kiss would say, let's do something like that, but Kiss ain't that kind of band, but I wish even Maiden, Maiden kind of did that on the last album a little bit where they took like pieces where some of them songs could have fit on different albums in their career. I like it. I like it when Priest does that. A little something for everybody. If it's half as good as Firepower, yeah, I'll take it. I'm ready.
Look who checked in.
Mighty K. All right.
K. She's hanging out at the Flaming Lips show right now.
Oh, wow. I don't know nothing about that band.
Oh, you don't?
No.
She don't like Jelly. That's like the one first. That's their first hit. And then who was it? Somebody brought up. Adam brought up. Have you seen Mark Mendoza from Twisted Sister's hair and his beard?
Yeah.
It looks like a G.I. Joe figure. It's so painted on. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Wow. Yeah, you're right though. I've seen that. That is kind of strange.
Yeah, he looks like a living G.I. Joe figure. It's weird. No one is chanting for Nostradamus. Yeah. Ralph Vieira is the only person I know that likes that record.
You know what's cool? Talking about like drawing on stuff on your face. One time Tommy Skio told us for his eyeliner, he would draw it on with a Sharpie so that way he didn't have to do it all the time. But then that meant he was stuck with it all the time. So even in times when you wouldn't want to wear it, it's still there. Otherwise, you're really gonna have to scrub your eyeballs out. But I thought that was super cool. I thought, man, that's rock and roll right there. This guy is drawing on around his eyes with a Sharpie and running with it for weeks, or days or weeks or whatever. Man, I thought that was so cool. I don't know why, but I just did.
Baco has checked in again. He's going to fart in a jar and FedEx it to you.
He's got my address, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, he does. You're in trouble. You better hope Jamie doesn't check the mail that day.
I hope she does. Don't blame me. My nipples are pink.
We don't need evidence of that one. Oh, jeez. I have my phone up to my ear. Yeah, and then, Rock and Rose telling him to do it. So between putting down Crazy Nights and then telling Baco to send a fart in a jar to Aaron, are you really a fan or not? All right. Slamming Coors Light with you, Aaron.
I know that's right.
I'm doing a wussy drink. I'm doing a hard seltzer. Trying to take better care of myself.
I'm glad you didn't show us that new Katy Perry album you got with your show and tell.
How'd you see that?
I just assumed because you're drinking seltzer.
Next week it'll be vodka. I'm trying to give up the hard beers. Got to go to the clear liquors.
Jeez. Those will make for some interesting Friday nights.
His cat's nipples are pink too. Yeah, this is definitely a Friday Night Live. I'm glad we've stuck to music and we're talking about cat nipples now.
That's so good of you to take that cat in.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about pull up the next story. So yeah, Judas Priest, excited for that one. So speaking of new albums, let's talk about Paul Stanley and why he doesn't want to make a new album.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Paul Stanley's got a new album coming out.
And here's another winner of a photo from Blabbermouth.
Yeah, wow. It looks like one of those masks from that they sold in like the Psycho Circus reunion era. Remember those, like the rubber masks? That's what it looks like.
It looks like he smelled that fart in a jar that Baco sent you.
Baco sends them to everybody.
Yeah, maybe he sent it to Paul Stanley. But Paul, P-A-W-L. So Paul says there's no need for Kiss to release a new studio album. And trotted out the same excuses. Why would we need a new Kiss album? Any classic band, you go, put out a new album. If the Stones put something out, they say, oh, that's great, play Brown Sugar. If we do a new album, people are going to say, oh, that's great, now play Love Gun.
True, except for your hardcorest fans, that would like to hear new music. I'm not a fan of, I'll say it like this, I'm a much bigger fan of OG Kiss, the classic stuff. That's what I go back to. He's right. Would I rather listen to Rock and Roll Over or Sonic Boom? Rock and Roll Over. What if I'd rather listen to Love Gun or Monster? I'm gonna go with Love Gun, of course. Right. But that doesn't mean that those albums don't have any merit to them, because even at that, it's new music from current Kiss, and the music ain't usually terrible. But if you ain't got the chops and you ain't got what it takes to write a new album, then don't, I guess, right. If that's really what the truth is, Kiss ain't got what it takes in them no more. Paul Stanley, I guess, and Gene Simmons to write quality new music. Well, that's the only real excuse for saying something like that. The Priests don't have that problem.
Yeah, well, the real reason, whoever Facebook user here is, this is the real reason, because Paul can't sing anymore.
But even in the studio, he could.
Well, he barely got through Monster, and you could tell they had to tweak the living hell out of the vocal tracks on that album. And if people wonder, why is the mix so bad on Monster? It's because it's compensating for his bad vocals. His voice was shot in 2012. Imagine how bad it would be now to do it 9 years later.
Yeah, true.
I don't think he can do it. And also, like you said, it would require them to go outside their comfort zone and do something creative, and they don't like to do that. They like to just coast. And I mean, at their age, I don't blame them. Kiss doesn't owe us anything. They're allowed to coast on their history if they want to.
Sure.
But it's just, I don't know. You see Judas Priest going out there and putting out new stuff, and it's great, and it's just
Quality, yeah.
some of the excuses they use are just lame to me.
Just say because we don't want to.
Yeah.
No big thing.
Mock that pic of Paul. He posted it on Twitter. He and Joe Perry have resting who farted face.
Oh man. I don't know where he finds everybody's addresses, but he's got them all.
Yeah, I know. You've been sending jars out to everybody. That's why you've been so busy.
He's been sending jars of farts to people since 1998.
That sounds like a tagline. Oh man. But yeah, I don't know.
It sucks, but maybe then, like I said, my dream will come true of Ace Frehley and Gene Simmons partnering up on a whole album together with the guys in the Gene Simmons / Ace Frehley band, backing them up, helping them write some songs. Those guys, Gene and Paul, if Paul can't do it or Paul don't want to do it, Gene always still does. Ace obviously still does, and why not? Why not? Ace and Gene album together, the whole thing. Just a hard-ass rocking album.
I'd go for that. I'm leaving the picture of Paul up on the screen a little longer just because I know more people will stop and watch the stream because, ooh, it's Paul Stanley.
I'm getting disturbed by it a little bit.
It looks like he's just staring at you and judging.
He's looking down on us all is what he's doing.
Yeah. He's that's the look he gives to Sinkin' Stanley.
When he does, and this is the look I give when I need a guitar pick, and this is the look I give. Remember that?
This is the look where this means I better not see you after the show.
That's right. Yeah, that was a good interview that time.
Sinkin' Stanley dropped by.
Tom Harper.
Yeah, Tom Harper.
Yeah, he was cool, man. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I got
this look is I need a water. This look is I need a pick, and this look is I better not see you after the show.
I couldn't imagine. All right, so that's that for Paul. Got a couple more stories to go over real quick.
Okay.
So next one. Oh, are we ready for the no shit Sherlock headline of the week?
Sure. Yeah, let's hear it. No shit.
Here we go. Chris Holmes says Blackie Lawless made some really bad decisions during his time with Wasp. No shit.
No shit that Blackie did, or no shit that Chris Holmes is really the perfect person to point out something like that?
Well, he would know, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I guess so. Are they talking about like the Kill Fuck Die album?
No, he's going back to the beginning.
That was a pretty bad decision.
He says, I've known him since I was 18, 17, when he was supposedly got done playing with the New York Dolls or whatever. I knew him then, and not in my farthest dream could I think that the first album would have happened with him. It got so unbearably about him than anything else. It was radical. The band was 4 people when it started. That's what made us. And then with Tony Richards gone, Blackie has to be on the cover of the second album, The Last Command. His idol was Muhammad Ali. And that's only one person. It's not a team. That's what he wants. On the road, he's made some bad decisions. And I even would tell him about it, and he wouldn't listen to me. Wasp could have been a good band if we'd have kept all the people together. I guess it's a good band now.
Huh. I mean, I always thought that was kind of weird that on, what was it, Inside the Electric Circus? It is just Blackie on the cover by himself.
That and The Last Command. It's both are just him.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, with him, so... Yeah, I could totally see his point in that. Yeah. I find it odd, like if you said, who do you think is Blackie Lawless's hero? And you think, well, maybe it's Ozzy, maybe it's Gene Simmons, maybe it's something like that. No, Muhammad Ali. I mean, not that Muhammad Ali is not hero worthy, but you just wouldn't think that would be like Blackie Lawless. Who's your hero? Muhammad Ali. Okay, all right.
Yeah, he is the greatest. Wow. Did you hear Wasp is supposed to go back on tour next year?
Yeah.
Yep, and they're saying that they will add American dates. I'll believe it when I see it. They never tour here.
Yeah, it's been a long time. They're about as elusive in the United States as Ugly Kid Joe.
Yeah, Well, who did do one show?
One show in the United States. My friend Metal Mike was there, but I wasn't. I'm such a loser.
You
I'll
should have
never
gone, man. I
I'll never
told you.
forgive myself. I should have gone. I wish I had.
Because that's like one band that's worth the trip for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's several, but but especially because it's one of my all-time favorite bands. It's the band everybody likes to. Oh, that's Camaro's band. He loves Ugly Kid Joe. And never got to see him live. Yeah, it breaks my heart, and I blew it. I blew it. But Metal Mike went. He sent back all kinds of cool pictures and videos.
Yeah.
Hopefully they had a good time. And once, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'd like to see them do some more dates in the States. But Blackie was playing here in Music City. I'd buy a ticket for sure.
Yeah. I'd probably even travel to see him. I'd go to Atlanta or something like that. The Moogers are checking in.
All right. What's up, guys?
Nice to see you guys. All right. So then we've got one more story to hit on. But yeah, hopefully Wasp will make it. I wouldn't mind seeing them. I've never seen them live, so I'd like to check that off my list. More new music stuff.
Maybe they'll throw some meat at you.
Yeah. I am trying to work on the keto diet, so that works
perfect.
Ace Frehley is working on some heavy songs.
I like the sound of that.
Says that he's collaborated with his longtime friend Pepe Castro on some heavy songs. So like Pepe taught Ace how to play guitar back in the day.
Wow.
And he was in a band called I think they're called the Blues Magoos.
Oh yeah.
They had a song called "We Ain't Got Nothing Yet," and if you listen to, I think it was one of their songs. Like Ace lifted the Love Gun solo straight off of one of their songs. It's like the same pentatonic scale. And he says, "Been recording all day with my dear friend Pepe Castro. Collaborated on some heavy songs. Been recording all day thinking about Christmas and how lucky I am to have complete creative freedom over my music. And I'm thankful for all the gifts God has given me. I sometimes forget how good I have it. And I'm trying to act humble and be worthy of my talents and situation, considering I grew up with nothing in the Bronx."
I like that, because everybody always wants to say, man, Kiss, why don't you let Ace Frehley back in? I think Ace Frehley's way better off not being in Kiss.
No, I don't want him in Kiss.
No.
I really don't. I think it's better with him out of the band.
Yeah, because he is constantly coming out with new music. He's not afraid to come out with new albums. Even in the in-between time, he's coming out with the Origins albums. And I saw something before we jumped on here tonight that looked like a set list, a track list. Is it bullshit?
Yeah, so if you look at the bottom, it says like, arranged by so and so. It's just a fan that put together a wish list, which we should do another episode. Those are always fun to do, like Ace's cover contenders. I still love some of our ideas for songs for him to cover.
But back then we got to play the songs.
Yeah.
And show people what we were talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't think we played Billy Joel, did we? We did play Billy Joel on the show, didn't we?
I can't remember.
I guess we
did. I think
10 years.
We were still playing songs then. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah,
we have played Billy Joel on the Decibel Geek podcast one time. Don't hold it against us.
But yeah, but it's brilliant though, because that song, you may be right. Like, just listen to the lyrics. It sums up Ace Frehley to a T.
Listen to the way Billy Joel delivers the vocals. Ace Frehley could deliver it just the same way. He almost sounds like he wrote that song for Ace Frehley.
Yeah, just throw a distorted guitar on it, and you've got an Ace Frehley song.
Great Ace Frehley song.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome. What's this, Cecil? I question if Ace is truly sober. He may have replaced it with pills. He seemed out of it when I saw him recently at Alice. I've heard similar things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, would it really shock anyone to know that Ace isn't on the wagon? It wouldn't shock me in the least, to be honest with you.
I don't know. His creative output has been pretty strong.
Yeah.
I think he probably replaced drugs and alcohol with that fine girlfriend he's got.
Well, either that or I wouldn't be shocked if he like smokes weed or maybe pops some pills. I don't think he's drinking. When he's drinking, he gets very lazy. But I don't know. I mean, it's not for us to really decide. It's up to him. He can do what he wants. I think a lot of us are shocked that he's even alive right now.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. I mean, he can do what he wants. When
he seems happy.
and and I heard differing tour reviews. When he plays, it's very hit and miss. Some nights he's great, and then other nights he's just not. And then thankfully we caught him on a good night in Nashville, because he was dead on that night, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
His Big Shot a song about Gene Simmons. It could be.
You never know. I've never heard that before, though.
Yeah. But yeah, so Ace is, I don't know. I'm just glad that Ace is still putting material out. If we can't get it from Kiss, we can get it from Ace at least.
And he's always posting on the social media about his socks and different things that he's doing. And
I was just going to bring that up. People are losing their shit over him posting photos of his socks.
That's pretty cool,
I even put some up in here for you. It's some pineapple socks, and I don't know what that is, and then taco socks.
That's one thing Ace Frehley and my son Ace have in common. They love those crazy socks.
And then, did you see this? This is his man cave.
I know. That's awesome.
That's pretty badass.
Super badass.
With the way the paintings and stuff are on the wall, it kind of reminds me of the Electric Lady studio with the mural on the wall.
The inside of a spaceship.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm happy for Ace Frehley, especially when he says he feels good because he can be creative. He's not in the confines of somebody else.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking forward to some new Ace Frehley music. In case you didn't know, I'm ready.
Yes. And I guess we'll either get a covers album or an original album next year, I would think.
Let's get it before the end of the year so we can just go ahead and I can put it as number 1 on my album list of the year.
Right. Okay. So we got the got the news out of the way, got the show and tell out of the way. I don't think we're going to go all the way till 9 tonight. If that's all right with you. I think
I'm cool with that.
We'll go to Smash or Trash. Who's ready for Smash or Trash? Say so in the comments. And we're gonna try something new tonight. Hopefully it works, because we're gonna try to actually play some videos tonight. So here we go.
Smash or Trash.
All right.
Trash, man, a long legendary history behind that, man. Radio stations have been doing Smash or Trash for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Do it for you the same style, just they always do. Pick a song. Tonight we're going to play a video, and then we're going to talk about it. You tell us if you love it, you want to smash it. If you hate it, we're going to trash it.
Yeah.
So got a couple lined up for us tonight. What do you got?
Yeah, we got like 3 different selections here. We'll start out with our friends Wild Ride, who's a band from Kentucky. Our friend Mick Watkins, who also does a great review show on YouTube where he reviews records and stuff. He did a 2-parter, like ranking the whole Alice Cooper discography, that was very entertaining.
Nice.
I didn't exactly agree with all of his picks, but I enjoyed watching it. And they're a really great band, and they put everything together themselves. They work hard. What is this? Rock and roll? Hate it already. Okay.
Oh boy.
Thanks for your support.
Didn't even watch it. Thumbs down. Hate it.
But no, they put out a new video called Gasoline Alley, and Mick sent it to me earlier in the week, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And I get a very Motley Crue Livewire vibe off of this, so we'll let you guys decide what you think.
I like that.
All right, let me go back to the beginning of the video and get through the credit thing. And here's some Wild Red. And say in the comments if you guys can hear this, because if not, this is a complete disaster. So let's see.
Then we'll just have to talk about what they're wearing.
Right.
It's a fashion show. I can hear it.
Cool.
Kind of.
Friday night, feeling right, time to hit the town. Gotta break loose from the noose been holding me down. Can't relate, don't debate what's going through.
The audio's not really great.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what everybody else is hearing, but from what I can hear, these guys look cool as hell. They definitely got the spirit, but I don't know if I could judge this song on the audio I'm hearing.
It's weird. I can hear it fine.
I can hear you clear as a bell, but not it. Somebody let us know. Is this coming through loud and clear? Can you hear it? Or can you tell it's a little janky on the audio?
Yeah, they're saying it's not.
It's not. Yeah, same thing I'm hearing.
Bummer. Man.
Yeah, the sound is bad.
What is it? What does it sound like? Is it like crackly?
Shit. No, it sounds like, I don't know, like it's not good. Like the audio is, the singer sounds weird. The band sounds way pushed back.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, we we wanted. Well, you don't know.
Try a different video. See if it's the same or if it's maybe just this video.
I don't know if it's probably gonna be the same thing.
In either case, you guys can go check out the video. The band is Wild Ride, and they are freaking awesome. So yeah, all their stuff is good that I've heard anyway.
All right, let's try this. This is the new Crazy Lick song.
Oh hell yeah, this band is awesome too.
Well, let's see if you can hear it. And all right, here we go.
No, same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a bummer. All right.
Yeah, it just don't sound good. And I don't want to judge a band by bad quality audio. But like it seems like they're really good, but the production is fucking awful.
No, it sounds great through my headphones, but I'm the one streaming it. So
yeah.
Okay, well, it was an experiment.
Can't judge them, man. You can't do it. You can't judge them on that. It wouldn't be fair.
Well, it was
like they're terrible.
Well, it was an experiment, but I had to try it while the stream was going just so I could get honest feedback. So live and learn. I can always we can always go back to just doing the audio, but I'll have to download it and upload it onto my mixer and everything. And we'll get back to that next week. Sorry guys. I wish it would have worked, but no big deal.
Well, I can tell you Crazy Licks is another badass band too. That's definitely worth checking out. If you don't know about them or Wild Ride, you love Motley Crue and stuff like that, throwback rock to when it was king, when it was MTV ruling the airwaves and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. These are bands that are young, but probably found like their uncle's old cassette tapes and shit and said, wow, music used to be good. They were growing up in an age where music wasn't good, and they just somehow discovered the old stuff. And as young kids said, man, somebody's got to keep this stuff alive. And so there you got bands like Wild Ride and Crazy Licks, and they're out there doing it still to this day, And so if these bands are still out there doing it, and there's still young kids discovering the old classic rock and loving it and saying, I want to do that, then rock never truly dies, But the key to that is supporting these young up-and-coming bands. So when you hear a new band like Crazy Licks or Wild Ride, you find out they're coming to your town, go to the show, buy a T-shirt. If you find out they're coming out with new music, be a nerd like me. Buy the freaking CD. Put it up on a shelf with all your other awesome CDs. And then when people come over to your house, they can go, wow, you got this and you got that. And it's a cool feeling.
Yeah.
Keeping rock alive.
But yeah, so next week we'll do like 5 different songs and we'll have them in good quality and everything will be back to the way it was. But this was kind of a good way to, shake the rust off tonight and, get back to connect with you guys. And another thing we do plan on doing is we will have like regular guests coming in as like we're going to call it the Rock and Ron guest co-host chair. So, we will have in honor of Rock and Ron, we'll have that third wheel to basically the third person that we can make fun of through the whole thing like we did with Ron.
Or they make fun of us.
Or they make fun of us. Yeah.
We did with Ron.
Yeah. It's a mutual ball busting society. And we do want that part to continue because Aaron and I don't bust each other's balls nearly enough. We have to have a third person to do it.
We just love each other like brothers, man. We can't do it. Too much mutual love and respect.
Right.
We gotta find us some victims. We can team up on.
Well, maybe we should get that fart in a jar guy to come on next time.
Oh, that son of a gun.
I don't know if we want to have a ginger supremacist on the show, but we'll see what happens.
Give it a shot. We've done it before and it seems to be all right. So
Rock and roll. Yeah, rock and roll. You can come on sometime for sure.
Yeah.
You've been with us
He's
since
been
the
on it
beginning.
before. He's been on this on Friday nights with us before.
Yeah,
Right?
and
The
yeah,
Ace Frehley Mask.
yeah, and he's got his own show too. He does
Yeah.
a rock and roll video cast, and he had our friends from Dawn of the Rising
That's
this
right.
week.
Yeah, that's right. Dawn of the Rising, another fucking awesome band that's new, you know.
Yep.
Don't let anybody ever tell you rock's dead. No, it's not true at all. Wild Ride, Dawn of the
Wally,
Rising,
that'd be
so
nice.
many great bands. Get Rich and Wally to come hang out with us on a Friday night, right?
Yeah, have a sniffing contest.
I don't know what
No,
that means.
something about the fart in a jar. I'm thinking, but
Oh, ugh.
yeah. So yeah, we went all over the place
You
as
gross.
usual.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what we usually do on Friday nights because we're not tied to no theme. We're not tied to nothing. We're just here chatting with you guys, having a good time. You love rock. We love rock music. Trying to do our best to pay tribute and keep it alive. And we have fun talking about it. And that's the main thing. So, if you guys are enjoying this, we're going to try to bring it back, do it more often. Maybe not every single week, but we're going to try to do it more often. And, in the memory of Rock and Ron, and he was a huge part of this. He was the founder of this. He made us do this, and we loved him for it, And so it's up to us to keep it alive. So it's up to you to always come hang out with us when we're doing it. So when you see that notification come up that says there's going to be a Friday Night Live this week, try to set aside some time if you can, to check us out. Otherwise, if you're checking this out on the replay, then you're watching it on YouTube, and enjoy that too. So thanks everybody that loves us and supports the Decibel Geek podcast. We've got a killer 2 weeks planned for you guys.
Yes.
These next two, and you're going to love it a lot. You've probably heard us drop a couple of clues as this little episode has gone on, but it's something really, really special, and it's something we are both very proud to be able to do. And so we're really excited to be sharing something special with you, a big old 2-parter the next 2 weeks.
Yes, and excited to do that. So you want to plan to do this again next week?
Yeah, I think so. Why not, man? This was fun tonight. It was nice to, dip our toes back in, and you guys were also welcoming to us and made us feel good about coming back. So yeah, let's do this again next Friday night.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and we're out.